Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, y'all? We come today to talk about our Miami trip. We just finished up our UPS peak season, and we finished it in Miami. One of the good things about being owner operators, we was down in Miami. We worked a little bit, and then on the weekends we was able to make it fun.
Definitely. Before we go any further, I'd like you guys to take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this video. Also, I want to tell you guys that November 2018 made a full year that I've been on the road with my husband. Yeah, so I definitely don't regret the decision to leave corporate America, and I've been able to travel a whole lot, so I'm excited about that. But we do want to talk about some of the good and the bad aspects of our trip. So first, I would say, before we even left to do the trip in Miami, we did end up getting a call saying that one of our drop locations was canceled or whatever. But we still decided to do it. We went out there, and while we were on our route, we got another call saying that another location was also canceled as well, which, as you know, that could be an issue because we went out there to make money, and that kind of
put a monkey wrench in the plans a little bit.
Yeah. So I guess for me, those were the only negative things about our trip. What about you? What you think?
I mean, that's essentially it. You go down there thinking you're going to make a certain amount, and then two things get cut out, and you cut short of your goal. But like I said, we make it work. It is what it is. We in Miami, we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, we always we do what we got to do, and we make, I guess we kind of make ourselves benefit from even taking that trip at all. But that goes back to what I mentioned earlier in the other video about it being quiet season, and sometimes you gotta drive further to get your loads, or different things can happen. And it normally happens like that when it's quiet season. So, but some of the good things about our trip is that we got to it was kind of like a mini vacation. We got to enjoy some things while we were out there. We booked a hotel. And we went to the beach, so we did get to see South Beach.
We did that a couple times.
Yeah, we went to South Beach.
Went to a virtual reality park.
We did the virtual reality park. That was my favorite, and that was one thing I wanted to do for a while, and I actually got to do that. And it was still like a business expense because it was during our trip. I guess I want to talk a little bit about the virtual reality park because I know some people asked me about it. And I even had somebody comment on one of my posts saying, man, I'm doing this trucking thing wrong. And I'm like, even though we did get to have fun on the trip, 90% of the time we're working. So, but when we can make it fun, we do that. But back to the virtual reality park, the virtual reality park is inside. And they have like rides and cinemas, and like other games. It was my first time doing anything like that. Mm-hmm. One of my favorites, I don't know the names of the rides, but one of my favorites and most, I guess it was kind of scary for me, was a ride that they like put you in and they strap you in and you're like shooting. It's a shooting game, so you're shooting like zombies or something. Excuse me. And the game, like the thing they strap you in is like a kind of like a cage type thing. Starts to like flip over.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like that was one of my favorites. What was your favorite?
I guess the one where we were standing up and we had the eye things on and earplugs on. They was like, don't move too forward or
too far forward. Yeah. Oh, you mean the that game that was more so interactive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so cool. Like just to put those goggles and earphones on, it's like you're in a whole nother place, and you gotta like kind of find your way around. On that game, it was like one part where you could like look around, look up, down, behind you, everywhere, and it looked like you were like in a tall building, and then when they removed the building, and it was like this drop. It was so cool. Like we gotta go back. It was one thing that we didn't get to try when we were there, and it's kind of like it's something. It reminds me of a movie we saw on Netflix. It was about virtual reality, and they had these people in a room, and they had to put the goggles and the bodysuit and everything on, and they had to like find their way out of the building. So they had to like shoot people and stuff like that. And they had something like that there. It was like a big open space, and you can do the same thing. You're like in the game. So we definitely got to go back and try that. Mm-hmm. That was so fun. Yeah. We also did the Improv Comedy Center or comedy show in what is it, City Place, Doral. Mm-hmm. And I know some people saw me post about that, posting the pictures of the art that was in that area, and they have like a whole bunch of restaurants and stuff like that. We got suggestions from people, but we still kind of end up doing our own thing, which is normal for us. We found that place by mistake, and I'm glad that we did because it actually saved us some money for one, and it was kind of like in walking distance, but we didn't walk there. But it was like a good spot to find. They had Center Bistro and some other stuff. Yeah. We went to the park. We ended up finding the park because we just went walking around like we normally do. That was nice. It was like kind of like a trail through the park. We ended up doing that, and then we got some time to work out, which is something that's been kind of hard for us to do lately. We haven't been able to work out as much as we normally do, so we definitely took that time to work out and stuff. But yeah, so anyway, all in all, I felt like the trip was a success. I look forward to more trips. Maybe next time we can drive to California. I know it's kind of far, and it's not my favorite to drive, but I like to travel, so so I do what I gotta do. But you want to add anything?
No, I think you covered it all.
All right, so we just wanted to share that experience with you guys. If you have any comments or anything, we'll check them out. But you guys have a good one.
Peace.
Peace out.